people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be divided. What do we want? Clean air. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean air. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean air. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean air. What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Clean air. What do we want it?
Beechwood is a vibrant community situated in the northeast of the United States. With a bustling market district with fruits from all over the world and outdoor murals paintings splashed on the walls of renovated warehouses. Families from this predominantly working class community share stories of migration and resilience. In the 1960s, the community was predominantly white, but exclusionary zoning laws and unjust housing practices led to what is now an ethnic enclave of predominantly African American and Latino families. Beechwood is bisected by a freeway that is used by thousands of cars heading in and out of the city. The pollutants from the cars cause increased asthma and health issues among children. Recently, the citizens of Beechwood learned that the city and Department of Transportation is in the process of expanding the highway from 3 lanes to 6 in order to meet the city's demanding transportation needs. The highway expansion will displace several families and businesses and cause other serious consequences. The community was already hit hard with construction of this highway in the 1950s. Now, the freeway will expand and impact the community once again. Today is September 7th, and the community has mobilized to voice their concerns to the City Council and to demand justice.
First line of our agenda is going to be the expansion of the freeway on I-20. We're going to have a brief overview of that, then we're going to open up the comments. Eva, why don't you go ahead and just read that for us?
Okay. Beechwood seeks to use this unique opportunity to expand Highway 20 from 3 lanes to 6. We envision that the freeway expansion is necessary as the current viaduct has aged since the 1960s and is in need of repair. In addition, traffic has increased substantially in the city, thus an increase of lanes would facilitate the flow of traffic. It would also provide jobs to over 20,000 people and resolve traffic issues for a projected 50 years. Revenues from the freeway expansion will be reinvested into the community, improving housing, increasing home ownership opportunities, and improving the overall quality of life in the neighborhood. In tandem with this outcome, the 4th Ward will see further investment and growth and reach its full potential as a unique, accessible, and thriving corridor. Furthermore, we anticipate the revenues will be reinvested into the school, benefiting teachers, students, and the school districts at large with education.
That's not going to happen.
Other benefits include higher property values for the whole of the city, increased revenue for city services, and consequently improved neighborhood stability and quality of life for the residents. If we reach a vote today, we project to roll out with the freeway expansion plan in the summer of 2019.
No, we won't see any of that.
Okay, thank you on that, Eva. The next item on the agenda, we're going to allow 3 seconds to allow you to speak. We're going to expand it to 3 minutes. Now, if you go over that, we're going to have to cut you off. Now, if you notice the amount of people here, I want you to be brief and concise. So when you step up the podium, just give your name. First person.
Good evening, City Council. Good evening, fellow residents of Beechwood. My name is Lola Rodriguez, and I've been living in Beechwood for the past 9 months. My sister, who I'm staying with, has lived in Beechwood for the past 10 years. She's currently working at the bodega that is at Guadalupe and Martin Luther King Drive. She couldn't be here tonight, and so I came on her behalf. However, this community, though I've only been here 9 months, I have grown to so close to it. And this bodega that we have is a family-run business that is in the expansion area and is threatened to be demolished. Can you imagine all that your family has worked for, having a family business there being taken away? I do not approve of this project.
Tell them why you came here.
And this project reminds me of the trauma that I left Puerto Rico with. About a year ago, there was Hurricane Maria that demolished my community over there, that demolished my home. That was a natural disaster, but this is a man-made disaster that you have incurred. And even my son, I would like to invite mi hijo, ven por favor, so that he can explain to you the trauma that he feels as well from Puerto Rico.
Tell them, sweetie.
Hijo, diles cómo te sientes por este proyecto.
Elaine, can you speak some English?
Yeah!
America!
Listen carefully.
We lost everything in Puerto Rico.
It's okay, it's okay. Tell them they need to hear this. Yes.
Now we have to go through this. I don't know how much more we can take.
You see how my son feels from the trauma that he felt in Puerto Rico? And now again, we're gonna have this trauma here from this freeway expansion, demolishing our family bodega, taking away everything our family worked for.
And the other businesses in the area, like my father's barber shop.
This community opened their arms to us, accepted us.
I'm sorry, Ms. Rodriguez, your time is up. You had your 3 minutes.
Let her spit. She's already
Let her finish.
Yes, let me finish, please. I'll end with saying, please remember the trauma that my family has gone through in Puerto Rico, and the trauma that this freeway expansion is going to incur on the businesses and the homes that are going to be demolished here. I do not approve of this freeway, and I vote against it.
All right. Freeway to the freeway. Not to mention all the health issues.
Who's next?
Look at that.
I am Miss Brandon.
All right,
Hello and good evening. Most people call me Miss Brenda,
Hi, Miss Brenda.
and I have been a teacher here in the Beechwood district for—
Brenda, can you please speak louder so that all of us can hear you?
Excuse me, young man, but you are messing with the wrong one. Number one.
Tell him. Soldier boy, tell him.
I'm going to bring you some facts
Keep it
today.
real, Miss Brenda.
You all talk about how this freeway is going to bring jobs, educational opportunities, yada, yada, yada. But that is incorrect. It's incorrect. Because this here is a human rights issue. This is a matter about equal access to clean air in our community. There are children and families who already live by the freeway who are suffering from the effects of asthma and other health disparities. So when you say that this is an opportunity, I would like to know for who. For you?
For them.
Because this is going to shorten your commute to the fancy coffee shop? Because it's going to shorten your commute to a fancy grocery store. Shortening Billy, Bob, Jane's commute to Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. On our taxpayers' dollar.
Our money.
I think not. Everyone knows that if you live next to a freeway, you're at higher risk of health problems. For example, cancer, asthma, reduced lung function, increased death from heart attacks, stroke, increased risk of lung cancer, heart and lung injury, mortality, cardiovascular disease, cognitive impairment, hypertension, and premature death. Death. Please don't say anything. Why can't you just move away from the freeway? I would like to ask you why we, the people of Beechwood, must move. Why must we endure this freeway expansion? Why is this happening to our community?
It always happens to minorities.
Why not the Kimberly Hills community?
Yes.
What exactly is it about our community that makes this okay? I'd like to ask you that. Think on it for a minute. There's already a freeway there, and as you can see, it works well. Expanding it, what is the point? You're displacing people. And we have hardworking people in our neighborhood.
So are we.
I see single mothers who are working 60 hours a week, struggling to make ends meet, but they do it because they're resilient. I see young black boys and men who are trying to make a living, and they're already going through fear every day that they could be shot just because of the color of their skin. Those are the realities of our community. I see undocumented families who are working hard, 2-3 jobs with no health coverage to provide for their families, and the next thing you know, their mother or their auntie is detained and deported by ICE. And then their children are put into foster care. We, the people of the Beechwood community, we are tired, but we are resilient, and we are strong, and we will overcome this. But many of us do not have a magic wand of inherited privilege that we can just wave and get up and move because you want to displace our homes to make a road bigger.
Do we care?
We will greatly suffer because of this freeway expansion.
Greatly.
So I'm going to ask you, again, who will this freeway expansion benefit?
Definitely none of us on this side.
Not the displaced people, not the people breathing in the air. And I am deeply, for one, I am deeply concerned about the sake of my lungs and our children's lungs.
That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Due to the ultrafine particulates and black carbon that are going to further seep into our lungs, our bloodstream, these things cause death, brain damage, cognitive issues, and then I say death.
You hear that? You hear that?
So then I'm going to ask you again. Who will this freeway expansion benefit? Scale this to a broader perspective, if you will.
Say something.
If you have sick children, then you have children who are missing school. And if you have children who are missing school, then you have kids falling behind in school. Do you see where I'm getting at? And these come from asthma and other health issues. Do you see where I'm going?
Yes.
No, I'm not a scientist.
Right.
But it doesn't take a scientist to know
Dear.
that this freeway expansion is just not a good idea. It's an effrontery to our progress. If you really care about this community, if you really care about the future of our children, I ask that you please vote against this damn freeway.
Ms. Brenda,
Yes.
do you have any references to this data of yours?
References? What do you mean references? I'm not applying for a job.
References, you understand references, right?
Like not fake news.
You are a teacher, right?
Yes, I am. What kind of references are you referring to?
So, I'm not sure where the confusion is, but I'll repeat the question. Do you have references to your data? Sometimes this data can be skewed for your own cause. I just want to make sure that your data is credible.
Data. I understand data. But you see, this here isn't a problem that is specifically about numbers and graphs and charts. It's a human issue. So my data is the fact that I live in this community and that I'm a member of this community and the effects that it will have on me. As a matter of fact, speaking of data, as a teacher in this district, I believe I have students here today. Little Alicia, are you here today? Are you out there somewhere?
Go ahead, Alicia.
Alicia,
Go ahead, Alicia.
could you please come here and let these fine people know how your asthma makes you feel?
Don't be scared, Alicia.
Because Alicia has asthma and she lives right here.
Kids can't vote. Oh, but their mothers can and their fathers.
I'm just like,
Well, I can't really go outside and play soccer with my friends because sometimes it's really hard for me to breathe because I have asthma.
okay, take deep breaths.
Get your inhaler ready. You'll be okay.
So, Mr. Daniel, there is your data.
Yes, take that.
Okay. Who's next?
Us. No, she didn't.
All
Come
right.
up here with
Like
that.
Omarosa.
My name is Mika Lowens, and I am for the freeway. I'm for the freeway. I am also for Donald Trump. Anyway, he has a plan. He's going to create 20,000 jobs for our community. This is a good thing.
Shut it down.
Now, my man here
Your man.
got laid off 6 months ago, and he used to work in construction. And the reason why he got laid off was because those illegal hopping over the border and started stealing our jobs. You know what? I can't wait until Mr. Trump builds that wall so they can stop stealing all of our jobs.
One wall.
No.
So you on the other side.
That's right. I'm
I
on
see.
the right side.
On the wrong side.
And you know what? You know
The
what?
left side.
Miss Brenda,
Oh.
you want to talk about how air pollution causes cancer. You know what else causes cancer? Smoking cigarettes. That's right. I'm talking to you, boo. Everybody in the neighborhood know that you be smoking them cigarettes and you trying to be somebody's health advocate.
I quit 8 years ago.
That's right.
Actually,
Where you?
I know that 1 out of 4 people who smoke cigarettes die of lung cancer. That's why I don't smoke cigarettes. I like my lung and I'm good.
That's why you have a job.
That's where everybody got.
That's why you ain't got a job.
Babe, you got a mansplain right now while I'm at the podium.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Exactly. You just need to get your facts checked, actually. Maybe you should just sit down.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Who are you talking to? Let me tell you something.
Let me tell
She ain't got the money.
Wait a minute.
Let me tell you something, okay? All this up here is unnecessary. We're not going to be up here calling all Mexicans criminals and illegal. Absolutely not.
Hey, let me tell you something, baby, not to be busting your chops. You know, my sister was raped by one of them illegal aliens.
That's right.
Oh,
And
right,
in this
right.
country, raping women, causing all kinds of mischief and trouble,
You know what?
starting gangs.
Okay.
That's right. They are criminals.
You know, I'm sorry that happened to your sister. That shouldn't happen to anybody. I understand that.
That's right.
But it does not mean that all Mexicans are criminals.
That's right. Guys, I don't go here illegally either.
While I'm here at City Council, I really do hope that you've heard like all the sides today. I know that the freeway expansion could be really detrimental for our communities. We've had Miss Brenda here.
Let her speak. Let her speak.
We've had Miss Brenda here talk about the health consequences. We've had Miss Lola here talk about what she went through with displacement. And the asthma from little Alicia, like, this is what's going on here now. And I'm sorry, I know it shouldn't be. But here you are, Daniel. Take the poem. Go to the poem. No, it's not your case. It's not true. You all know, Mr. Daniel don't even live in the community. So we all know you're just trying to get a seat on council. We already know that. And brother Rich Mark, little Ricky, we know you. But you've been quiet today, so tell us, why are you so quiet?
Actually, Miss Dana, I live 2 miles from that freeway.
Okay,
Everybody's concerns are valid here.
Thank
I'm
you.
listening to them.
okay.
But you're gonna have to sit down.
So City Council, you know, we've heard what you have to say, but Eva, sister, you see how they're treating everyone in the room. I already saw how they're treating you, and I know you can stand up, sister. I know you can. Stand up for yourself.
Your damn sister.
You know what? You would be my sister too.
But she on the wrong
But I
side.
see you playing for the other team.
Trump gonna sail you down the river like the rest of them.
No, I understand where everybody's coming from and everything, but I know that if this freeway expansion happens, we are going to get in the streets. We are going to get in your inboxes, your Twitter feeds, and everything else. We will shut this community down. I'm saying that's what we're going through right now, and if there is environmental injustice that's happening right here. And I am allowed to stand here. This is my right.
That's irrelevant.
It's my First Amendment right.
That's warning number one, ma'am.
Warning number one. What's going on here? Thank you. I get 3 minutes, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak. So, like I said, we will have everything we need because we will vote no. They will vote no for the expansion of this highway. That's exactly what's happening.
We'll make sure they vote no.
Vote no.
Can someone get her out of this room?
Leave, I'm gonna remove you. Make a decision.
If this doesn't quiet down, we're gonna have to end this public debate now.
This is not over.
Ava, what time is it?
I am not your timekeeper.
Ooh, that's right.
Yeah, right, eh?
Ooh.
She told you.
It's time to let you know.
I care about this community so deeply.
No!
I just feel like Trump has a very good plan, so I say America. God bless our president, Donald Trump.
Okay. That ends this whole public commentary. I move that we go on to the next.
I second.
Call the question.
We can't do that. We just motion to move on to the next item on the agenda.
Robert's rules.
I vote that we call the question.
That's right.
We can't do that.
Right.
We can't vote for the freeway expansion because no one has seconded that. Don't do something that's illegal.
What's illegal is your behavior at the city council today. And the rule is that when you call the question, all discussion ceases and you vote.
That's right. That's right. I'm glad she knows. Somebody up here knows.
Okay. If you want to vote, that's fine. I vote for the freeway expansion. Huge.
I'm gonna vote against it.
From all of the emails that I have I've received from many of you residents, and from all the testimonies I've heard today, it is obvious that expanding this freeway will inflict more harm to this community than good. It therefore seems unreasonable to consider the freeway expansion. Not to mention, I also live just half a mile from the freeway. But this isn't about me. This is about the people of Beechwood whose circumstances will be exasperated as a result of this freeway expansion. Members of this board have attended many meetings about building the relationship we have with the community. However, your behavior today insinuates the fact that you don't care about this community at all.
That's right.
And I am honestly ashamed of our board because there is just little regard for people here. Now listen here, Daniel and Rich. I am not your secretary, and I am not your timekeeper. As a member of this board and a committed citizen of the people of Beechwood, I vote against.
Organize. Fight, resist, unite, organize. Take action, do what's right, work together, fight, organize. Be the change, put in the work, organize. Fight for justice, make sure your voices are heard, organize. Take pride, fight hard, do what's right, organize. March, protest, fight, organize. Work as a community, work in unity, organize. Get the job done, fight for what is right. It is your right, organize. Take action, do what's right, work together, fight, organize. Because when you work together, you can accomplish great things, not just for yourself, but for your community. But first, you must organize.